What's up guys, welcome to a new video. Now I have personally been going to CES over the past 10 years and this year it looks a little bit different since we are doing it all digital for CES 2021. And over those past couple of years I've had the honor of working with GE Lighting. I've been able to tour their booth and see their C by GE products and all of their announcements, but recently GE Lighting became GE Lighting, a Savant company, and they are also rebranding their C by GE products to Cync. So first off, I just want to say thank you so much to GE Lighting, a Savant company, for sponsoring this video. And I wasn't able to do the physical tour this year, but I was able to do the virtual tour with a representative. I'm actually really excited about this because GE Lighting, a Savant company, is actually going above and beyond just their smart lighting solutions. And I'm actually here to talk about and show you guys what Cync has in store for the very near future. So first off, let's talk about the app. So the name isn't the only thing getting a makeover. Yes, it will now become Cync, but it's actually getting a lot of upgrades to the app. So the first question that I had was, are my already owned bulbs and lights and devices going to work in this transition to Cync? And to answer that, yes, absolutely, all of your previously owned devices and bulbs and lights will work. If anything, you're just getting a more customizable and an upgraded experience that is going to give you more control. And during the virtual tour, they showed me a feature called True Image. True Image is a feature that gives consumers the ability to preview color and brightness changes while using an actual photo of your real life room. So this functionality is going to be available to consumers for the first time ever, but I think it's really cool because you can actually see and visualize your real room with your real devices and how it's going to look with different brightness and different colors. So I think that that's a really cool feature. So I said that Cync is moving above and beyond just smart home lighting solutions, and that, my friends, is very true. And this is something that I'm actually really excited about. So this is the Cync Outdoor Smart Plug. What's really cool about this is that you can actually individually control each socket separately from the app. So it doesn't have to just necessarily be both on or both off. They can be individually controlled. It has weather resistant ratings to ensure protection from dust and water. It does have Wi-Fi as well as Bluetooth for hubless control. This does have voice and out of home access, as well as it has an angle plugged for easy access. So this is going to give you that smart home control, but outside of your home. During the virtual tour, Patrick told me the example that he uses it for. He says that he has a bug zapper plugged into one of the sockets and his lights plugged into the other one. He said that this allows him to have control because he doesn't always want the bug zapper on, only if he's outside, but he leaves the lights on even if he isn't outside. So being able to have that type of control, as well as just using your voice or your phone to control it without physically having to plug things in, is definitely a game changer. The next thing that I'm really excited about as well is the Cync Indoor Smart Camera. One of the reasons why I loved C by GE products, which are now Cync products, is because of how easy they were to set up, to install, to use, and there's no hub. If you want, you can screw this into the wall, or you can just add an adhesive. This then magnetically sticks back to it, and it has like a 360 rotation, so you can really adjust and get pretty much any angle that you would imagine. Or you can also set this on a desk so it doesn't have to be on the wall. So my question to them was, what makes this different than any other indoor cameras? And this was actually something that I wasn't even expecting. They have a privacy shutter. You can physically slide this up so that the shutter then shuts off the camera as well as the microphone. So that's a really cool feature. Now my second question was, are you able to turn the camera off in the app? And they said, yes, absolutely. You can turn it off in the app, as well as you can set automation. So say you're going to bed and this is upstairs. I have an automation set that this will turn on my camera upstairs just to monitor, to make sure that, you know, nothing happens while I'm downstairs sleeping. Another thing that people always worry about is security. And what I really love about this is that you don't necessarily need cloud-based storage. You can actually put in a micro SD card and record directly to the device. This does do 1080 video as well as have night vision. We also have person detection and definable motion zones. Now a lot of times if I leave, I want to be able to see what my pet is up to. So I want to be able to tell what Maddie's doing, make sure he's, you know, staying out of trouble. And this actually has a two-way talk. So if I see that Maddie has taken something and is eating something, I can get on the app. I can say, hey, Maddie, cut it out. You know, if he could speak, I guess he can bark, but he then would be be able to speak back to me, which would be probably more applicable if it was, you know, a person. But, you know, it's good to be able to hear and to be able to do that two-way talk. Me telling Maddie to probably stop eating my lip balm because he loves to steal that. But you get what I'm saying. If you needed to talk to a person or, you know, your kids, you could do that via two-way talk and you could have a conversation with each other. Next up on our list of announcements is the Cync Fan Speed Smart Switch. So this is a traditional fan switch which is now controllable with an app. This has 4 fan speed options. It has vanishing LEDs to provide real-time feedback. You can pair with your home assistant for voice control. You can have schedulings as well as scene settings, and it has Wi-Fi for out-of-home access. I'm sure that a lot of us have been in the situations where it's nighttime, you're getting ready for bed, and you're like, oh man, it's really hot in here. Like if I could just turn this fan on, or maybe you want to turn the fan off. You're all cozy in bed, and then you're like, I have to get out of bed and turn this fan off. Well now, like I said, you can use your voice, you can use the Cync app, or if you have it scheduled for a bedtime routine, then it will turn on or off according to however you set it. So what you do is install this where your current switch is, and you can now have an ordinary fan become a smart fan. I remember last year when I was touring the booth how I was really impressed and excited about the motion sensors. It's just these tiny little sensors which you can stick on the wall, which then you can just connect with a magnet and it will stay on your wall and you can adjust it. These motion sensors I feel like are really a game changer now, especially as we're being more cautious about surfaces that we're touching and we're trying to kind of avoid touching things. It's also really good for security. I got an example of how their PAR 38 lights are not only good for security, you know, with motion, you know, if you're in a dark alley, if someone is walking up with, you know, bad intentions, if there's a motion activated light, it may potentially scare away an intruder or someone who is going to possibly break in. What I loved about their PAR 38 demonstration is they said that these floodlights are really good because yes, they're obviously very, very bright, but with these lights, you actually have the ability to change the color. So during the holidays, you can then turn your normal floodlights into a festive scene, which I think is really, really cool because in my head, I was like, oh, that's like less decorating. I can just, you know, make them orange for Halloween or, you know, red or green or different colors. Knowing me, I would probably keep them on like in a very aggressive color all year round. Just like, you know, keep people on their toes. So for a tentative timeline, it looks like the app will be launching and rolling out around March 2021. As well as March, April for the Cync Outdoor Smart Plug, September for the PAR 38 light, May, June for the Indoor Smart Camera, and around June, July for the Smart Fan Switch, which is good because that's the summer, so it's gonna be hot. At least for me, it's gonna be hot. But those are just some of the updates that came out of GE Lighting, a Savant company, as well as Cync this year during the all-digital CES 2021. I am so thankful and honored to be working with them again, and I'm really excited for all of the changes, as well as the future of Cync, because we have moved above and beyond lighting, and we now have all types of different stuff, and I can't wait to see what the future of Cync looks like. There will be more information in the description, so check it out. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon for some more content.